Gemini, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to must be sitting up more straight. This feels so low. Welcome to your mid-October reading. I hope y'all are doing well. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energies, and what you may not see coming. Let's get started. Thank you for joining me today, for sharing this time together. It's an honor and a pleasure. And thank you for your support. Let's get a spirit animal guide to guide us in. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Gemini. That one feels very strong. Whale. It's been coming up so much. Whale medicine. Humpback whale medicine. It's like we're all being guided as a collective to feel our way through the energies right now. You know, not overthinking anything, really being in touch with the intuition. This is the card of communication in this deck. So there's something pertinent around communicating over the next 2 weeks. You're being encouraged to communicate clearly from your heart, Gemini. Bridge any gaps that are keeping you from connecting deeper with your loved ones. It is important to speak your truth with emotion, vulnerability, and power. Okay, that is some clear guidance. And thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Gemini today. There's some sort of clearing up that needs to occur between you and perhaps several loved ones or a certain loved one. Once you speak your truth and you're vulnerable, we always are guided to do this. Any ascended master, benevolent being will guide you to speak from your heart always, to live from that ascended place of higher love. You may have someone who wants to do this with you. Okay. Clearing up anything that has caused pain. I've got dog hair over here. Any gaps that are keeping you from even letting people in right now. Some of you may be isolating a little bit, and that's okay too. This whale was pretty intense. This moon was pretty intense. I still feel the effects of it. It was on the 17th. I'm reading a few days after. So just be gentle with yourselves right now, okay? Do the best you can to be gentle. Let's now go into your tarot spread. This is the Familiar's Way that I'm working with. I want to get an idea of what's going on in the overall general energy for you, Gemini, for the rest of the month. Ooh. Yeah. Love above all. Now look at this gentleman. This is this is the experience of feeling. Sorry, this is the Knight of Cups. So this is bringing love to a situation. As you can see, he's got the shells that are falling into his cup, symbolizing that there's always love to be gained, to be mastered, to be provided in a situation. And since he's riding this dolphin, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of popping out of the ocean there. But the dolphin is about staying true to yourself and following your heart. Have any of you swum with dolphins? I did that once. It's been about 20 years, and it was the most, if you can ever get up close to a sea mammal, I live in New England, so there's a lot of whale tours around here, which I've never done. It's just, there's something that happens when you commune with sea creatures, like dolphins, even sharks. Let's not talk about that. That will scare me half to death. Let's go into your recent past now. Ooh, 9 of Wands. I love this. This is the Eye of the Tiger, feeling determined to see it through. As you can see, he's riding a tiger. So this is about guiding your will with fierce determination. It's the reclamation of power. It's resilience. It's everything that we go through when we're a little worn out from a journey. Gemini, you're showing the universe that you have your eye on something that you're determined to work through, get through. And a lot of this is around our own healing journey, around our own ascension process, around the people that help us grow the most. You could have someone that you're dealing with where there's more love being brought into a situation. Current energy. There we go. Now we have the Queen of Cups. So whether you are the Queen of Cups or someone around you is the Queen of Cups, don't get lost in the gender. I just saw 444. There's a lot of angelic frequency around you right now, Gemini, supporting love in your life. Supporting, Narwhal is about tapping into your inner self and feeling lighter as you go. So we're seeing this current, right? Maybe you're getting a wave of love coming in. Without clarifying, I'm not exactly sure what, but wow. Okay, you're getting a lot of nice balanced energy between the heart and the will, the heart, the emotional body, and the fiery movement. Okay, these are the cards of movement as well. All of this feels like things are moving forward along, and you're embodying this beautiful energy of grace and authenticity. She's got a snake wrapped around her neck there through the sunflower field, if you can see that. And this symbolizes going through some sort of key transformation, and it requires you to be brave, to move through whatever you need to move through. I love the Queen of Wands because it's that, you know what, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. You know, it's that determination. But there's a lot of integrity that comes from the Queen of Wands upright. I'm getting her beauty, her magnetism, her emotional wisdom, because it's coupled with the Queen of Cups here. I feel like you're embodying this gorgeous energy, male or female as well. Whether you're dealing with a woman or not, this is tapping into the divine feminine in the way you approach your life and the way you approach the things that you want to cultivate and draw toward you, and how you express your feelings. There's some sort of deep emotional feeling. I feel like a lot of you have someone who's coming toward you this month who's really, really strongly drawn to your energy. And you're trying to work through, we'll just say there's been some hardship here, whether that's within you or within a situation. I want to find out a little bit more around this Knight of Cups. Why is the Knight of Cups here? Because we are showing indication of communication. A lot of court cards here, right? We've got two queens and we have a knight, coupled with, you know, just being resilient in a situation, Gemini. So this Knight of Cups, usually Knight of Cups is, most readers interpret it as an outside energy coming towards you in the spirit of romanticism, love, dating, taking it to the next level from just interacting initially with someone and starting to develop feelings, showing your feelings, expressing your feelings. And when it comes to your relationship with self, with a lot of these cards next are going to symbolize is that you may want more from someone, Gemini. And Spirit is saying here with this card in the Knight of Cups, when you want more, don't push yourself or others to get more. Give more of your pure, genuine self, and life will immediately and effortlessly match it. I almost want to say catch it, because look at that. He's catching love. So you may be catching deeper feelings for somebody, and somebody could be catching deeper feelings for you this month, Gemini. And it feels good. It's almost like you don't want to put pressure on the situation, and neither do they. And even Spirit's indicating, you know, when something's right, it flows. You don't need to put pressure on it, on you or the other person. And it's hard because sometimes what we'll do is, you know, we'll compare and we'll look back at other experiences and say, well, I need these assurances or these words. And if you're not getting them at a crucial time, then you feel like, you know, you want to retract and pull away out of fear. That might be what this Nine of Wands is just opening up, Gemini. These both want to come out, but we're going to, for the sake of time, we're just going to keep moving. Shine bright is coupled with this Nine of Wands. It's never a mistake to give of yourself. Some will take it for granted. Others may take advantage of it. Do not allow bad energies to overpower your light. So, you may have had some experiences in the past here, Gemini, that you felt were dimming your light. And you haven't given up on love. I'm seeing that. I mean, that is the energy right now. You're saying, you know what? I'm ready to open up to love. I don't want to put pressure on this part of my life or on anyone that I may be dealing with. And Spirit is guiding you currently in the current energy to make room for love. Create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. And, you know, the Queen of Cups is in divine alignment with our wishes and our desires from the heart. You know, the love that we want to be surrounded by. And I think that you're really trying to stay attuned to your inner self at this time, post full moon, and you're trying to let things flow. When I see a lot of water energy, especially in the core cards, it's a matter of letting your feelings express themselves, allowing them out, and acknowledging them, sharing them. This feels like very clean energy to me. Very clean energy, Gemini. I love this because it feels like you're, and I say it feels a lot, and I hope that doesn't bother anyone. It's just that when I am reading, there's the cognitive aspect to tarot, but then there's a deep, deep intuitive. And whatever I say, it applies to the reading. So there's something that you're intuitively feeling your way through the second half of this month around opening up. And if it's not someone you're directly dealing with, it's at least believing in what's possible for you and what's next in this higher, a lot of people right now are calling in the experience, whether it's new or existing, of emotional safety and alignment of love. As we move more and more into these expanding ascended states of awareness and consciousness, we are calling in a depth of the heart that when we let that out, it's beautiful, because it's almost like the siren call from across the ocean, right? To spirit. It's like spirit's always calling us back home to ourselves. In Ram Dass, right? We're all walking each other home. So in every given day, in every given week, and month, year, you have an opportunity to remember who you are. I heard something very profound yesterday that I'll share with you. And that's what I love doing on my channel. I'm always being guided to receive messages from spirit through other people, through other content, through my contemplations, through my daily walks. And say these things to you whenever you feel uncertain or sad or moving through heavier energies, because you're in the past you realize that you have a light within you and that it's time to let it out and to shine it brightly. And it might be a little hard, like there's this timid energy, but you have this really beautiful heart that you're scared to share with others on a deep, deep core level. And I want to encourage you to say this to yourself daily, as many times as you need throughout the day. I know who I am. I know who I am. There's something when you say that, I immediately feel my heart and I feel it expand and I get goosebumps all over my body. It's almost like this powerful affirmation of your essence, your core, your true self shining through. Because it's our life experiences that make us recoil, that make us guard, our hearts. And spirit doesn't want that for you, Gemini. I do feel like you're making room to experience a higher level of love in your life. And it's across everything. It's not just about romantic love. It's about everything. And I see you really not putting pressure on having love come to you. For a lot of you who are calling in a new relationship, or just more love in what you're going after, right? Because of this Nine of Wands. Let's get the last one here to clarify, the Queen of Wands. Beautiful divine feminine. It's a softness. It's a softness, Gemini, that's very beautiful. Do it your way. I know who I am. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to be a wild and free force of nature, Gemini, here to build new and better worlds. Allow yourself to go and do that. And I'll tell you what, sometimes it takes deep, deep healing at that and our most wounded parts of ourselves, right? To go through this transformation, to be brave enough to move through any type of pain or heartache and attract things to us that allow us to embrace acceptance and release the past. You're making room for something beautiful to arrive. And a lot of times we think it's going to come in the form of something outside of us. But a lot of times what we really need the most is something that arrives within us. And that's why this channel is called Illuminated Tarot, because we don't live in a world, or we're not, let me put it this way. We're moving through greater and greater numbers towards a world where we no longer seek external validation and gratification, because the true light of our lives, love of our lives, is within us. It's within us. And I'll tell you, most of the stuff, I actually had an aha this morning that a lot of things that you're guided to hear, listen, see, take in, absorb, they're coming from your higher self, speaking through all of these different channels. Whether it's something you read, something you overhear, something that's, you just download in your car, or, brushing your teeth, looking into the eyes of your pet or your child or your mother or your father, a loved one, a lover. It's just, there's something really beautiful. And you all inspire me because you're showing me that your light to you is something that you are aware of, that you have made room for, and that you have done an extraordinary amount of healing. And that transforms you. So when I see these energies for a particular time period, it really is about you not putting pressure on getting that from outside of you. Knowing that it will match you when the time is right. Let's now clarify with some more tarot. I'm looking at decks here. I'm going to go with the Astro Matrix. I'm going to reach over my coffee cup. Yesterday, I went for a walk in the woods towards the end of the day. And I encourage you all, go out in nature whenever possible, because there's a lot of higher energies coming into the planet at this time. And you could feel like, almost like your body is going through waves of integration, where you're going to feel really lit up and then you're going to feel really exhausted. So ride with it, ride the waves. That's what you're doing. It's like you're experiencing a new level of self-mastery, emotional mastery. And that takes a lot of healing, y'all. And you're showing me that you've done it. And no wonder. Look at that. I mean, Gemini, I just got goosebumps. You're wrapping up a cycle where you realize that your emotional fulfillment came from so many different sources, so many different places. More and more, this Ten of Cups has, for me, in the tarot, it's funny how things shift. And I hope you don't mind how candid I get in my readings. Some people are like, I just want to hear about the tarot. And it's like, you know what? It's an energy. And you're showing me that you've arrived in a good place at the end of this cycle. And you feel good about where you're headed. But that Ten of Cups has a lot more to do with you and you than the people around you. Because those people come and go. They change, right? The faces change. Some stay, right? For your lifetime. But I also heard this morning that, we're given a body, and we never really think of it as like, oh, you've been granted a body and it's your job to take care of it. And if we knew, right? Like if someone literally was like, handed you an upgraded version of your body tomorrow, and they said, this is your new body, take care of it, because it's all you get. It's all you have left. You get one extra. You would treat it differently, wouldn't you? Why don't we do that when we come into this life? Why aren't we taught that? So try to do that for the rest of the month. Take care of your body as if you just arrived in it. Now that's a really good thing to work with, because see, these concepts come to us and then we put them into practice, because all life is a practice. We practice, practice, practice. All right, you've got this sideways. So there's something going on around either an offer coming in or the love being renewed in a situation, and you're not sure if this is going to be an equal situation. We have the Six of Pentacles, but you're feeling pretty like hesitating to celebrate something here. You're not sure. There's some uncertainty here because this did come out sideways, but it's coupled with the Six of Wands. So we have the Knight of Cups with the Six of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. And whenever I see multiple sixes, I believe that six, I said sex, has a lot to do with, we could go all down a rabbit hole there. There's something around you feeling proud of what you've been able to go through and grow through learning through this past cycle. But you're almost being hard on yourself here. You're like, like, well, maybe I could have done it better in this regard, or maybe you're really looking back on this I'm sorry, I'm getting hot. I have the idea to sit on a heat pad right now because it's freezing this morning in my house. And all of a sudden I'm like, I'm a little hot. And the cord anyway it's like, I'm going to have to get up to turn it off. So I think what you're realizing is in order for something to succeed, Gemini, you don't need to put pressure on it. You don't need to put pressure on yourself. You don't need to put pressure on the person or the situation. And therein lies the victory. I do think that you're being hard on yourself a little bit about past stuff. And, we all do it. But you know what? I think that the more time you give whatever's coming in, and this could be in the form of what you're putting your energy toward that you love to do. It's interesting. I'm not seeing any pinnacles really yet, besides this uncertainty around whether to give and receive in something because it's not going to match you. And that's okay. Give it time. Whatever this is, I'm feeling like give it time. See how it aligns or doesn't. Whatever's coming towards you this month. And it could be multiple things. There's some uncertainty. It could be a new project. Sometimes Six of Pentacles, it's our earthly realm, but it's like someone wants to be generous with you with their time, energy, money. They might want to be helping you with something, and you're unsure. Let's see this past energy with this 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. Oh, justice. Beautiful. With the Lovers in reverse. Yeah. That's no justice. Or this feeling that there was some karma that played out in a situation that had to end, Gemini. And it took a lot, I think, for you to walk away from it. And I think what it taught you, and this is something that a lot of people wrapping up in their cycles right now, as Pluto is now ending its time period with Capricorn, where we had to go slowly through our transformation processes. And I think things are really going to be expanding in the next 2 decades as a collective and as individuals. But when I see this energy, it's like something was unfair or during, and now you're realizing that it had to happen this way. Whatever you had to deny in a connection, or someone had to deny you, if the love was lost, right? It was the right thing. It may have hurt, it may have stung, but it was the right thing because it somehow redirected you back to you. And that's why we choose these things. That's why our higher self's like, spoiler alert, and you're like, this sucks. I don't know. No, I don't like this. But you look back on it and you're like, okay. Something has come back into balance within you, Gemini, as a result of a relationship that didn't. It could have been a short-term thing, especially with the Lovers. You may have realized you ended something or someone else ended something because you realized it was going to be too hard to bring it into balance. For it to be a situation where it would thrive. It could have been something brief. It doesn't mean it was this deep, deep love affair. For some of you, it might have been a long-term relationship because Lovers is a strong connection. But with it in reverse, it's like it either waned over time or you thought it was one thing with someone, if this is a newer connection, and it just turned out to just be a dud, like a dud situation. Just like, nope, not for me. And you're like riding the next wave here, making room for what's next. That wants to come out in reverse. So what is this? Ooh, the Emperor. Wow. You got somebody around you, Gemini. This person from the past energy that things you realized, okay, this is not going to work for me. It wasn't equal. And Emperor reverse is not, this is probably one of my least favorite energies besides the Devil. This is lack of control. This is someone who abuses their power. This is someone who you give so much unconditional love to and they take it for granted and they keep coming back and they basically all talk, no action, or too much talk and not enough action. I think you need to love yourself really hard, Gemini, and you are looking at the seeds that you've planted and this feels like an external energy. If this is about you and has nothing to do with another individual, in what ways do you need to let go of control and let things ripen and give it time when it comes to what you're calling in through your heart space. Making room. Create space to welcome positive change. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. So I think that you could be kind of bargaining with yourself a little bit, like, it's okay. We're not together, but they're going to be in my life. We're just going to be friends. Or, I'm keeping the lines of communication. They can reach out when they want. It's kind of, it feeds my ego, or I feed their ego. There's something around continuing to engage with an energy that takes advantage of your love. That spirit is saying, does this align with the future you're creating? And you've already told me in the past, no, sir. No, sir. I don't even say that. No, sir. So what you doing, Gemini? You've wrapped up a cycle where you've succeeded over learning what it's like to be incongruent with someone and misaligned. And not putting pressure on love and letting it flow. And here you are going, well, I can make an exception. It's okay. What are you communicating? What are you communicating here? To the universe, to your higher self, to you, to this person. And it's okay. Sometimes we have to go back many, many times and revisit an energy before we learn everything we need to learn. And we are eternal. So I'm never here to beat somebody up and say, shame on you, or make you feel guilty or regretful. This is about your own learning. And I have personally had to repeat a lot of patterns because I didn't want to let go of somebody, even though I knew they weren't healthy for me. But the heart wants what the heart wants, and that's what you're showing me. But I love them. We'll just leave the, expletives elsewhere today. But they're a ... And you need to be careful who you make room for in your life. It doesn't have to be an ex or someone romantic. It could be someone who's abusing their power at work, who puts a lot of pressure on you to overwork. They could be dangling the carrot of, I'm going to give you a raise if you do X, Y, Z. And you're like, you love what you do so much and you feel like you're getting taken advantage of. I went towards the romantic department here because we have the lovers. I think you know what you got to do. And you may have come to this reading to realize, crap, I fell into it again. But, this time you're not going to linger in it as long. It's time to do things your way, Gemini. What's this Queen of Wands energy? Yeah. Some of you, it is a work situation. Also, if it has nothing to do with a boss and this is an ex, they want you to really be putting your energy, your fire energy needs to be devoted towards your craft at this time. In the immediate future, you're all in your lane around your career. 8 of Pentacles. It's also doing that work to focus on your own needs and go within. Hermit energy. Yeah, this is that classic. It ended. I'm not happy about it. I still miss them. I still wonder if we could try again, if the energies would be different. But I'm probably better off going it alone and waiting on something that's better for me and doing my own introspection, inner journey for a while and working on myself for a hot minute. That's what some of you are being guided to do, at least for the next couple weeks and into November. Doing it your way, Gemini, all right? When it comes to this healing and transformation out of any kind of painful situation, I think you've been given the keys. This reading is just a confirmation for that. And if this has to do with a work situation, you're really going inward and you're like, man, I'm digging deep in this situation and I'm working very hard. It's like you have what it takes. Some of you are making decisions to walk away from something because you're going to be more valued and you're going to be making more money elsewhere because you're going from the 7 to the 8 of Pentacles. Okay. And a victory here, which sometimes when I see the 6 of Wands, it's about a promotion. It's about being, that reward recognition for a job well done, getting that, parading through town and knowing, hey, I did it. Like I achieved something. Some of you are working in business and this is your energy is about the hardship. You're going from the 9 to the 10 here. 10 of Wands, High Priestess. You're being intuitively guided to not give up on what it is that you're working through. there's some sort of breakthrough that you're having around your lessons, around your love life, and or around your accomplishments, and not playing small in a job that is making you shrink and not honoring what you have to give. You could be making some moves the second half of this month around just, putting some feelers out there around leapfrogging to something else, even in the same company, I'm hearing for some of you, or starting a side hustle that you're just going to fall in love with, that if you keep putting energy toward, could free you from what you're doing now completely, your 9 to 5. So I would say if you're wanting to do some sort of side hustle, start doing that, maintain both. Don't take a massive risk financially, and keep plugging away. Whatever you put your heart and soul and energy into, which I see you doing. There's a lot of spiritual lessons coming forward here, Gemini, for you for the second half of the month. Whether it's in work or in love or both, I don't see it lost on you what you got to do. Okay? Let's get some advice from Spirit. And then we're going to get a oracle message from a different spirit animal oracle deck. They're both named the same, believe it or not. 10 of Cups. The holy grail of emotional fulfillment. Like I said when I first started, I know who I am. God, whenever I say that, it's just like, if you're having a down day, or if you're just not feeling quite right, you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just not, I know it's going to be a harder day today emotionally. We all have those days, right? I know who I am, and it flips the switch. And you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, Gemini, you just don't want to give up on this situation, do you? Your advice is, the truth here. We have the 10 of Cups, the Lovers, and the 2 of Pentacles. You are so back and forth about something. Back and forth. It's like that whole on again, off again, or, should I stick with this? Will it pay off? Will it be worth it? Will we actually find happiness? I'm going to get some clarity on this 2 of Pentacles. I can't help myself. Where are we at? Oh my. I just saw 222. This is about a partnership for a lot of you. You are not sure. I'm going to cut the deck. 6 of Wands. 4 of Cups. Oh my God. You are all over the map. 2 of Wands. You're definitely putting some time apart here into the situation, and you're accessing what you need to move forward with this individual or not. I say for some of you, you're going to move forward with them. Others of you, you're not. I feel like this could be either reconciliation or somebody you're dating and things. I don't like the Emperor in reverse, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I don't like that. I don't know. I can't say. You're going to have to trust your own knowing here. But if you've got someone who is showing up in controlling ways, I'm getting a lot of indication that Spirit says they want you to do things your way. They want me to read this last one again. You were never meant to fit in. You were born to be a wild and free force of nature, which the Queen of Wands is. Here to build new and better worlds. Allow yourself to go and do that. So you may want to be focusing more on the world you're building in your life than some other person. Because there is someone around you and it's a strong ass connection. We're talking strong. Lovers twice. But we had the Lovers in reverse in the past. Now, you could be dealing with 2 different people here. But with the 7 of Pentacles, currently, that is indicating that you're reevaluating and reassessing something that you really do love. But this person's showing up in the abuse of their energy in a very major way. And it's not lost on you. So you are back and forth about this, whether you should continue to invest in it. I really want you to invest in your own creativity and your intuition this month. Go deep for the rest of the month. Look back, right, on the data and see how you truly feel. If it's worth it to call this person back in and to continue to communicate with them. You might have had someone come back in and it gave you like this burst of like joy. But then you're like, oh God, here it comes. There's the worry. Which I'm not seeing outrightly. I think there's just this person that you've had a hard time with, Gemini, releasing. Bring a gentle touch. 1-1 to come in. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Let's see what this is. 18. And I hope you like my TED Talk here about be careful with emperors in reverse. Go look it up. Okay, this is someone in their ego, and you're not in ego. You want higher love, so be careful. The time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You might have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit, and you will do well gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing you. Dear Spirit is bringing you a gentle warning that now is not the time to engage in an argument, no matter how volatile others are being. Do not match their intensity with your own. If you're dealing with an overly assertive person, step back and disengage, lest you agree to something out of alignment with your intentions. Don't let anyone bully you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You have solid footing if you stand your ground with grace. Those who disagree will begin to find their own gentleness and willingness to compromise. Dear Spirit also brings the message that it might be easy to offend someone or take offense because someone lacks diplomacy. Let all of that pass. You are not meant to take this world personally. While it's a beautiful gift to be sensitive, today you need a tougher hide so that any compromises you make allow you to maintain your integrity. Okay, I think Spirit is definitely talking. All right, I hope this helped. Okay, I'm sending love. Take care.